me tell you a little story about Jimmy Hoffa's fingers. The UAW, Jimmy Hoffa was in the UAW, it's one of the higher ups, has a big connection to northern Michigan over on the Lake Huron side. There's a lodge up there on Black Lake. In fact, in 1967, 8 years before Jimmy Hoffa's disappearance, they bought 1,000 acres around Black Lake, kind of north and to the west of Rogers City. Jimmy Hoffa also had a sister that lived north of Rogers City, kind of on the shore of Lake Huron. And so there was a definite connection. There was this plot of mystery land that was occupied by a family of mystery people somewhere in that vicinity. And there were different burial grounds for the native peoples that lived up there. And there was a body that was found. Now, check this out. There was a change in a road. In 1950, this road was kind of erased, and then it was, I guess you would say, backfilled, a layer of sediments, earth, dirt, what have you. And there was a body found unknowingly where this old road trace was. They didn't realize that there was an old road there. And so there was a team of archaeologists or anthropologists, body examiners. And whenever there's a body, even though it might have been an old body, they would have a member of law enforcement there, because you never know. And so there was a female state trooper and a group of the archaeologists or anthropologists, either or. And they're digging around on this skeleton, and they noticed some interesting things. Hey, there isn't a shred of clothing on this skeleton, and there's no trinkets. If it was a native burial, there would be stuff buried along with them. But there was nothing. It was just this raw bout of bones. And one of the people that was on the dig, the state trooper is just watching at this point, found a tooth that was separated from the skull, because all the teeth in the skull were knocked out, but there was a loose tooth in there, and the front of the skull was bashed in. So here you have this mystery skeleton, bashed in skull. All the teeth have been removed, but one was just dropped there. Not a stitch of clothes, nothing else, just raw bones. And they kept digging and thinking, and then somebody, this is a quote, possibly, this story, keep in mind, wink, wink, nod, nod, said, we might have to consider this actually a crime scene, because also there were traces of mold on the bones. If they were ancient bones, there wouldn't be any of the remains of the marrow and everything, and so it would just be like calcium carbonate or whatever bones are made out of. There wouldn't be any mold on them, but there's mold on these bones. Further digging revealed a trace of the old road. So this body was buried there, stripped bare, face bashed in, teeth knocked out, above a road that was filled in after 1950 something, early 50s. So yeah. So the deal is, add some spice to it, Jimmy Hoffa actually was seen by this family member and the rest of the family members walking along the shore of Lake Huron in that area. Again, it was a couple miles from his sister's house, along with his bodyguards. This mystery skeleton was put in a box and sent off for DNA testing. So that possibly this family member checked on it, called the state police, called some other agencies, and somehow, what body are you talking about? What skeleton? There was no skeleton found there. Yeah, but the thing is, the family member went back, again, this is just a story, and found finger bones. Because all they did was they took the skeleton of this mystery person out, sent it, for DNA testing, disappeared it. They left behind some finger bones. And so this person figured, well, you know, it would be only right, we're going to, check this out. They put the finger bones in a plastic bag and reburied it. And so if this was a true story, you see, I'm going to kind of, I'm not admitting this is a true story. The finger bones of this mystery skeleton are still there. Ooh. And that is why I am titling this Jimmy Hoffa's Fingers. I actually told the fellow that was telling me the story, the older man that was a younger man when this happened. Oh, sorry, this is all fiction. He said, you ought to dig up those finger bones and sell them on eBay. Jokingly, of course, because this, of course, isn't real. It's just a story. I was never here.